This is Darklingbird, your host for today's daily Township Tale updates. It is October 23rd, day 121. Today is Special Guest Sunday, so here is our special guest.
A couple months ago, I took a vacation to Maui with one of my friends. We stayed at a condo that my grandma owns, and she rents it out to people usually. But when she isn't there, when she isn't there doing like touch-up work or maintaining the condo room, she allows friends and family members to stay there for about a week until the next person who rents it is scheduled to stay there. And so me and a friend stayed in that condo room, which is located on Sugar Beach, which is, I believe, sort of in the middle of the island on the south side. And our room is like 30 feet from the sand. It's an amazing place. And I haven't been to any other islands, but I would love to go to the Big Island. One of the things that I did on Maui was we went out on a boat to a semi-submerged crater or a volcanic crater that has coral reefs in the middle of it. And we went scuba diving, and scuba diving is sort of like scuba, but the air tank is floating on a little raft at the top. It's free from the boat and everything. It's like on a little raft, and then the air hose goes down to where you are, way down under the water. And it's amazing to me how much the reefs in Maui, all over Maui, have healed since I was last there 2 years ago. When I went to that spot 2 years ago, there was no fish. The reefs were gray. It was just gray rocks. Not much coral or sponge or anything. There's a couple sponge beds, but not much else. But it's healed since last time I went, and I'm really happy about that. I saw a lot more fish there, and it was so colorful. After we spent a couple hours at this crater, the crater was named Molokini, and after we spent a couple hours at Molokini, we stopped at a secondary location called Turtle Town that has another reef about 60-70 feet offshore. And like the name suggests, that's where turtles like to swim and where they like to rest. They rest underwater in the sponge beds. But unfortunately, we didn't see any this time around. I think the water was a little too cold. Another one of the days, we went to a old whaling town named Lahaina, which translates to cruel and unforgiving sun. And of course, it was incredibly hot. Like, even into the evening, when the sun was setting, it was blazing hot. But this town is so unique in that it has so many little shops and a lot of art galleries that are really interesting to look at. These painters, they make these oil paintings that use glow-in-the-dark ink that glow under a UV light. And one of my favorite shops in this town is called the Whaler's Locker, and it has so many cool old artifacts like whale bones and fossils and gold jewelry from forever ago. Shark teeth, ambers. I saw them have an antique axe and an antique dagger from the Bronze Age, and a bunch of different shark teeth and carvings from tree nuts, and I could go on, but this shop was one of the most unique shops I've ever seen on Maui, and after we went shopping there, me and my friend went to one of the best burger places on the island called Cheeseburgers in Paradise, and it's just off the water. We watched the sunset while we ate, and it was beautiful. We the next day we drove along this route along the outer side of the northeastern part of the island called Lahaina, and it's about a half day's drive. It's a two-way road, and it's very narrow, and it's known as the road with 1,000 bridges. Although I may be wrong about that, but there was a lot of bridges. There's rainforests and bamboo forests all throughout the side of this road, and there's rest stops and places where you can get out and go into the forest. And there's a lot of chickens and a lot of mongooses on the island, because back when rats were invading, there's no snakes on the island, so they had a problem with rats when they came on ships. And so the geniuses that they were over there decided that they would introduce a new predator that does not attack people. So it tried introducing mongooses to the island. However, a problem with that is that mongooses only come out during the day and rats only come out at night. So now they had a rat problem and a mongoose problem. And so every so often you'll see little ferret-like creatures poking their heads out of the rocks. And they're pretty cute. There's a lot of, I wouldn't say wild cats, but nobody owns them. And they love being pet alongside this road. There's a lot of good Hawaiian food there. Teriyaki chicken and macaroni salad with rice is like traditional in Hawaii. Hawaii has the best shaved ice ever. When they put the syrup in the ice does not freeze. It's more like it's like it melts in your mouth. It's not like you have to go chipping at it with a spoon to get spoonfuls every time. And they I think it has something to do with the way the ice is cut. They place an ice block on a spinning table, and on the bottom of the table is a razor blade that's just peeking out. And so I think they get like the perfect shave on this ice in order for it to be this soft and powdery. Me and a friend, one of the days, went out to go snorkeling in some tide pools that were just offshore down the beach. And for the last few times that I've been to Maui, there's been this one eel that has always lived in there. It was turquoise with brown stripe or brown spots. And I didn't see that blue and brown eel this time, but I did see a white and brown eel this time. It was about 1.5 feet long, and it was slithering in between the rocks. And me and my friend tried catching it and had no luck. But it was really cool swimming in the tide pools and doing stuff like that. We along our trip, we also did a lot of geocaching, which is like real life treasure hunts that other people set up. Usually a geocache is a small container that has trinkets inside and a logbook for you to write your name down and the date. And you find these geocaches by usually an app or a GPS, and you get coordinates, and you follow the coordinates to where this geocache is, and then usually in about a 15-foot radius of where it leads you, the geocache is hidden somewhere. There's like clues and stuff, but we found a few geocaches. One of them I couldn't even find. I held it in my hand and I didn't even know I was holding it, but my friend pointed out that it could be inside of this wire, and he twisted the edge of the wire off, and there was a log inside. So I guess he's a better geocacher than I am. We went to one end of the island where there were a bunch of cliffs, and I think they were like lava places where lava flowed like long ago. But the wind was so powerful there that me and my friend were leaning at a 45-degree angle forward, and the wind was pushing us upright. We could stay like that. And I remember people used to put bricks on their gas pedals and drive cars off of the cliff and watch them crash. And I showed my friend down the cliff that there was a bunch of wrecked cars down there. Usually when I snorkel or when I haven't scuba'd yet, but I'm going to get my certification real soon. But usually when I snorkel, my biggest fear in life is not heights or the darkness, it's the ocean. I'm terrified of the ocean. And I think that might be because whatever's in there, it has more mobility than I have while I'm in the ocean. So bit by bit, I've been getting over it. And I think I'm finally at the point where I can get my scuba certification and go swimming in the ocean and see a lot of these cool things that I've missed out on. But yeah, Maui's a great place. It seems to have every single type of biome in it. Desert, grasslands, hills, mountains, rainforests, everything. Yeah.
Wow. Anyways, there's no news for Township Tale today. Goodbye.